Hey everyone, I know it's a little late right now, but I thought I'd try to get some things off my mind, as far as it goes as a wrestling fan. Now, I know that, well, honestly, I know that, this past week in TNA, a lot of people have been talking about what's been going on there, and a lot of fans have been saying that they're actually kind of impressed with what TNA has been doing, especially with the whole Samoa Joe deal. Some fans have said it was about time Joe turned heel. I agree in some ways, but honestly, I don't think this whole Joe turning heel deal is going to last very long. Let me kind of explain why I think that. Let's take a look at what happened this past Thursday on Impact. Sting calls out the main event Mafia. Basically calls out Kurt Angle. He asked Kurt, well, he didn't ask Kurt, but he asked, basically Kevin, why? He asked Kevin Nash, why is this happening? Why was he not informed? Well, apparently, Kevin, as you all saw, says, hey, look, man, with all due respect, your plan ain't working. Your plan, to get honor and dignity back in this business, it ain't working. And, it's time you knew the truth. And basically you find out that the truth is, it's all about money. As long as they have money, thanks to someone like Jenna Maraska, as long as they have money, that's all it's ever going to be about. So apparently, as you know, this leads to Sting basically getting beat down by Kurt, Kevin, Booker, Scott, and Matt Morgan, and Samoa Joe. The reason being, of course, is something that I saw coming a long time ago. What I saw coming a long time ago was back in October when Sting was announced or was introduced as a member of the Mafia. As we heard in that promo there, if you will, according to the storyline, Kurt never wanted Sting in the Mafia because apparently, as we knew it, as fans, as we knew, Sting never fit the Mafia mold. I mean, Sting was more of a straight guy, followed the rules, did what was right. While the rest of the Mafia, didn't obey the rules, did what they wanted. Now, I know that may not make sense to a lot of you out there, listening, that are new to this kind of a storyline. Well, let me kind of give you a bit of a history lesson there. You see, basically what Kevin was saying on Thursday, when he said he went to bat for Sting at all times, when Kurt didn't want him in, when guys like Scott couldn't, and Booker wanted him out, he went to bat for him. And he even stood by him and accepted the fact that, yeah, they need to get honor and dignity back in this business. But he's realized, but the fact that the true reason behind the Mafia was because of the money. Now, of course, like I said, this leads to Sting getting beat down. And we also find out that the reason Samoa Joe was brought in was not just because of Jenna Maraska's money, but it was because the main event Mafia finally admits, hey, we can't beat this guy, we might as well bring him in. We might as well bring him in, let him be a part of our group. Anyway, like I said, I saw this coming from a long ways. I mean, I didn't see Joe become part of the Mafia, but I saw Sting getting kicked out since October. And if some of you saw this coming since Sacrifice, when he won the Godfather role from Kurt Angle, then, well, then in your opinion, you gave Sting being a part of the Mafia a chance. And if some of you saw it coming from, since Slammiversary, then you knew that with the addition of Joe, Sting had to go. What I'm saying is I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I think but to fans like myself, we knew Sting being in the Mafia was not a good idea. I mean, this has not been a good idea since October. I mean, it was basically Sting 1999 all over again. You remember? Well, and if you don't, let me give you a history lesson. At Fall Brawl 1999, Sting took on Hulk Hogan for the world title. Sting won the match when Lex Luger handed Sting his baseball bat, and Sting hammered Hogan in the stomach and in the back with it, thus turning heel. But as we saw, this heel turn did not last long. As a matter of fact, it didn't even last the rest of 1999. Then Sting joining the Mafia is also reminiscing of Goldberg joining the New Blood a year later, which is almost similar to Samoa Joe joining the Mafia. Goldberg joined the New Blood because apparently the New Blood couldn't beat him. So they said, hey, we'll pay you this much, you come on in, if you join us. Same thing with Joe. To me, the whole Joe thing is just Goldberg New Blood all over again. And we saw how long that lasted. Maybe a few months and that was it. And Goldberg was a fan favorite again. What I'm saying, honestly, in my opinion, is I don't think, just like this whole Sting and the Mafia deal didn't last, I don't think Joe being in the Mafia is going to last much longer either. As a matter of fact, I see a little bit of a twist here. Because let's go back about a year later, when we had the alliance WCW, ECW versus WWE. Kurt Angle, who ironically is the leader of the Mafia, was the voice, was one of the main leaders, one of the main focal points of the WWE's fight against the alliance. But what happened about a few weeks before Survivor Series? That's right. Kurt Angle turned to the WWE and joined the alliance. But, as we found out at Survivor Series, it was all a lie. It was all a scam. Yeah, it was all a setup. Kurt Angle was not really part of the alliance. All he was a spy for Vince McMahon and the WWE. What I'm saying is I would not be surprised that with Vince Russo's writing, and all due respect, the guy does phenomenal storylines, I would not be surprised if this whole Samoa Joe joining the Mafia deal is nothing more than a setup. I mean, can you imagine either next month or in a few months, Joe, cost Kurt Angle the world title and then probably tells Kurt, hey, I now know everything I need to know? I mean, can you imagine that? I mean, I could see it happening, but I'm not saying it will. All I'm saying is I would not be surprised if Vince Russo goes in that direction, or maybe he's going to keep him a heel and keep him in the Mafia. Who knows? But a lot of fans like myself kind of feel that there's something up here. I mean, why would they be promoting the debut of Taz real soon in TNA and Joe joining the Mafia? I mean, come on. It doesn't make sense. I mean, Taz is going to be Joe's mentor, but why would Taz, it just don't make sense, unless Taz is going to be part of the Mafia. It don't make sense. Hence, unless that's going to happen. But, that's all I have to say on my thoughts on this whole Joe joining the Mafia and Sting being kicked out of the Mafia storyline, current storyline. If you got any comments, just let me know.